We are on the diversity dialogue. I'm going to call this the Gen Z Millennial Edition. I have three amazing guests with me today. I have Joshua Finches, who's actually been with me on a different show before. Welcome back, Joshua. I have Nicholas Werner, who I met virtually on LinkedIn I'd say about a week ago, and already see his posts inspiring me. Welcome, Nicholas.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And we have Jessica Drew, who I met through Naomi's post again on LinkedIn. Welcome, Jessica.
Happy to be here.
So I'm going to do something non-traditional. Typically, I'm going to ask you to introduce. I would have asked my guests to introduce themselves, which I will. But before that, I want to start off introing the three of you from my perspective. Right? Jessica, I'm going to start with you. And this is a post that Naomi made on LinkedIn. And I'm paraphrasing what she said. Okay, this is pretty cool. My cybersecurity intern passed her Security Plus today. She's been only in tech for 2.5 months. Before this, she was a professional opera singer and a remote English teacher to international students. She studied her butt off for 2 months and took 11 practice exams in the final week. She made hundreds of flashcards, watched hours of videos, and did hands-on labs. And this was all done while working full days as an intern, a role in which she absolutely crushed. I'll be making her a full-time offer next month. I really hope she accepts, because this lady is going to fly. And full story, so yes, Jessica, you accepted, and you and Naomi are working together. Okay, so that's Jessica's story. All right, Joshua, moving on to you. Again, interesting. So Naomi shows up again, starting off with the positive mentor Naomi made on LinkedIn. Joshua was about to graduate from Year Up Greater Philadelphia and was looking for a job. Looking for job opportunities. He reached out to me for a conversation about what it was like to be in cybersecurity. Our meeting was supposed to be 30 minutes. It lasted for 2 hours. Long story short, I fell in love with Joshua's ambition, maturity, intelligence, and potential. I offered him an internship at my company. Long story short, Joshua is an excellent intern. No job was too big or small for him. I offered him an internship at the company. Joshua was an excellent intern. No job was too big or too small for him. He showed up early. He stayed late. He took on special projects. He ended up staying at my company for over a year. Fast forward to today, Joshua started a full-time job with Accenture. He's the founder of a national nonprofit and was named Emerging Leader of the Year by Bicycle Coalition of Greater Philadelphia. And by the way, he's only 21. I'm so lucky to have met and worked with Joshua. He's a truly inspirational young man. Fly high, Joshua. I'm rooting for you. Again, second post by Naomi. Second intro. Third intro, Nicholas. Your post on LinkedIn showed up on my feed, and I'm talking about myself right now, referencing an amazing Medium article that you wrote on your journey about breaking into cyber. And the last sentence of the article goes like this: and if this guide helps you to maintain that elusive first cybersecurity position, pay it forward and please help others as well. And talking about timing, your post on LinkedIn today, where somebody you mentored got their first job as a penetration tester. The reason I'm wanting to announce this is not to give myself credit, because this person was the one who truly put in the hard work. And finishing off that post with the last line: so if someone has mentored you and helped you to get to the position you're in today, then pay it forward and help someone else. Okay, so that's the three intros of the three guests. So quick, let's go around and talk a little bit about who you are, what you're doing, and then we dive right in. So why don't we start with Joshua?
Sure. Well, thankfully, Naomi mentioned the majority of what I'm already doing. Currently, I work at Accenture, and I'm shifted from cybersecurity / interest in that area to just software development. So I'm a full-time software developer, and also at Accenture, I'm an apprentice. So it's like you don't have to have a degree to get in, and it's also sort of the same type of feel, like, you know, giving opportunities to those of them with non-traditional education.
Awesome, Jessica, your intro.
So I, about 2 weeks ago, started my job as a junior cybersecurity analyst at Beam Dental, working under Naomi, and I am her first cybersecurity hire.
Awesome. Finally, Nicholas.
Hey, I'm currently an application security engineer at Experian, and I've been working in cyber about 2 years now. I have a master's of information systems and IT security, and yeah, I'm just super passionate about security, and I post all the time on LinkedIn and make articles. And I also have my own community. I didn't found it per se, but I do help out a lot with it. It's called InfoSec Live, and it's a really great community, and we do a bunch of things, mentoring and like events and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, that's me.
Got it. Okay, so why don't we stick with you, Nicholas? First question, and then we'll go down in circles, right? Is why cybersecurity? Like, what was your journey like? Did you kind of wake up one day and say, "Hey, this is what I want to be," or was it a circumstance that led you to this? What was your journey?
Yeah. So I honestly, I mean, like everyone, I mean, you get out of high school and you just have no idea what you want to do for a job. So I mean, I started off, I like a tennis scholarship, so I thought I wanted to be like a tennis professional for a long time, and then that's really tough. But yeah, anyways, I started out doing like finance, and then I did like pre-med for a little bit, and then I realized that I had a lot of business credits, and information systems was a business degree, so I decided to go into that because I wanted to go into computer science. And then I took my first like security class in my undergrad, and I was like, man, this is just super cool. I really want to pursue this. And then basically I went on like a journey of trying to like get into a cybersecurity position. So I started off doing like a software engineering internship. And then I went to like a help desk internship. And then finally I got offered like a cybersecurity internship and then a cybersecurity job once I graduated a couple months later with my undergrad. And then I started off doing that. That was like kind of like a risk and compliance sort of role. And I knew I wanted to get into more of a like technical hands-on sort of role. So I started studying and doing all sorts of things. And then recently, about 4 or 5 months ago, I started that job as an application security engineer. And yeah, rest is history. So yeah.
Wow. So Joshua, I know your story a little bit, but for the rest of the panelists and the viewers in particular, your foray into cyber was way early until you decided to where you are right now, which is software engineering. So talk a little bit about your journey.
Sure. Yeah, so I always have to give a lot of credit to Naomi because without the internship at Energage, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to figure out what I wanted to. Sure, if I wanted to be on the offense side or the defense side, but I feel like software development is still a little bit of both. When you originally develop code, you still have to make sure you're getting rid of all the cracks, and you're not like letting people in very, very easy ways. And I learned that very quickly. Initially, I was just doing IT work, and I would sometimes get like small tasks from Naomi for like cybersecurity work. And then eventually I transitioned and started asking for like some software development work. So I guess I'm a little more proactive than reactive now.
Great. And then finally, let's start. I mean, Jessica, I mean, your journey has been like the fastest ever that I've heard. So talk a little bit about where you were even less than 3 months ago to where you are today.
Yeah, so I had never considered a career in tech. From age 13, I was very sure I was going to be an opera singer. And I had gotten through most of my master's in opera performance when the pandemic hit. And my program went completely virtual, which is not ideal when you're singing or wanting to perform on a stage for an audience. And during the pandemic, I got into front-end web development and was trying out like HTML and CSS and Bootstrap and a little JavaScript and enjoying it, but it didn't quite fit, so I didn't continue to pursue it. And then early this spring, I saw an ad on a opera singer Facebook forum of all places that Beam Dental was looking for a cybersecurity intern. And I thought, oh, wow, that would be so cool. But I don't think I'm qualified, no way. But I couldn't stop thinking about it all day. And so I reached out to anyone who I knew was in tech and was like, do you think I could do this? And they're like, yeah, you have applicable skills. Give it a try. And so I have been in cybersecurity since mid-April this year, and I am loving it so far.